And hello YouTube, this is Thomas Judge back once again with another installment of my ongoing weekly series, Valiant to the Last, in which I cover the entirety of the Valiant comic universe ever since the 2012 reboot, ideally one deluxe edition hardcover at a time. Last week we looked at the Wrath of the Eternal Warrior deluxe edition hardcover, which was really good fun and well recommended. And whilst it's slightly unclear where the Eternal Warrior kind of thread of this universe continues after this, I made a stab in the dark and I recommended for our homework from last time the Incursions 4-issue limited series that followed Wrath of the Eternal Warrior in 2019. First things first, I got the name wrong. It's not Incursions plural, it's Incursion singular. Secondly, this does appear to be a Eternal Warrior focused story, and as far as I can tell, it seems to be set after Wrath of the Eternal Warrior. I guess there's a slight gap or discontinuity in between what happened there and what happens in this, in that I'm not quite sure when the Eternal Warrior resurrects in this particular instance, but it doesn't appear to be a massive issue, and I don't think there's any kind of connective tissue or other connective issues that link the two. So I'm quite happy to go from Wrath of the Eternal Warrior into Incursion. If later on in this reading series I discover there was a mini series or an issue or something that needs to be read in between, I will of course let you know. So what is Incursion? It's a 4-issue limited series called Incursion. It stars the Eternal Warrior and his geomancer ward, who he is with. It's written by Andy Diggle. It came out in 2019. Um, it's basically really good. It does have, much like Wrath of the Eternal Warrior, kind of a dead side supernatural kind of aspect to it. But overall, the artwork here is brilliant. It's really well written. It's really interesting. It's really nicely self-contained. And I enjoyed it a great deal. I thought this was great, and it's a real shame this hasn't been collected as a deluxe edition hardcover. Um, there are only 4 issues. There are no tie-ins, nothing like that. I guess it is kind of an event, but it's an event that's so self-contained to the Eternal Warrior universe that, other than some cameos from Dr. Mirage, who, to be fair, I haven't read yet, other than that, it's basically just really self-contained in these 4 issues, and I really, really enjoyed it. Um, what can I say? Highly recommended. Highly recommend that you read it. You should read it definitely after the Book of Death, and as such, definitely after the Wrath of the Eternal Warrior, just to kind of understand who some of the main characters are. Really fun. It's a real shame this isn't collected as a deluxe edition hardcover. I will definitely be doing a custom edition of this myself for my collection. 4 issues is a little bit short to do a custom bound deluxe edition hardcover for. So what I'm hoping to do is to maybe combine it with another 4-issue series or even something else to kind of make it make sense. So there we have it, short and sweet. Incursion, highly recommended. This is where it's set. Please read it. I've no doubt you'll enjoy it. In terms of our next bit of reading, I was going to look at jumping into more deluxe edition hardcovers, but in reading Incursion, I noticed that this actually came out round about the same time, or in fact the exact same time, as another series called The Forgotten Queen. And issue 1 of The Forgotten Queen came out at the same time as issue 1 of Incursion, issue 2 the same time as issue 2, and so on. Now, originally, I thought The Forgotten Queen was something kind of like uh, to do with olden times, like Romans and that sort of thing, just based on the covers and basically nothing else. But having done a very cursory bit of research, I think the Forgotten Queen kind of ties into Gilad and the Eternal Warrior and so on. And I think it's well worth reading as part of this thread. So the goal is for the homework until next week is to read the 4-issue Forgotten Queen miniseries. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's as good as this. But yeah, in a nutshell, Incursion, really good, well recommended. I'd definitely stick it on my reading map. It is clearly part of the Valiant universe continuity. And yeah, until next time. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. As always, please follow me on Twitter at I am Thomas Judge, where I will post a daily review of whatever comics I've been reading. You can get an idea of what I'm up to on the channel. And as always, please support the channel by heading over to Amazon.com and checking out my prose novel about superheroes. It's a completely original piece of work. The first episode in it is called Arrivals, and the series as a whole is called No Gods or Kings. You can find an excerpt of that on my website, nogodsorkings.com. Until next time, everybody, stay classy.